If you want to move from just speaking normal plain English to speaking extraordinary English, it takes a lot of work. You have to refine your language use, expand your vocabulary, and also master advanced language techniques. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some tips that will help you move from just speaking the plain English to speaking extraordinary English. So stick around. Hello, language lovers, welcome back to my channel. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. And what is the first tip? First tip is expanding your vocabulary. I tell you to daily add new words to your word bank if you want your vocabulary to expand. Learn synonyms and antonyms so that you can add variety of words and precision to your speech or writing. So expand your vocabulary. Learn antonyms and synonyms. For example, instead of saying happy, you can say elated, ecstatic, joyful. So depending on the intensity of the emotion. The next point is learn idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs. So you can incorporate idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs into your sentences. This makes you sound more natural and fluent. For example, instead of saying he was very angry, you can say he was fuming. He was fuming. And the next tip is master the art of metaphor and simile. Master the art of metaphor and simile. You can use metaphor and simile to create vivid imagery in your language. So learn metaphor and simile. So for example, instead of saying he's very brave, you can say he is as brave as a lion. He's as brave as a lion. The next tip is practice varied sentence structure. Practice varied sentence structure. Avoid repetitive sentence structure by using a mix of simple, compound, and complex sentences. For example, rather than saying, I like to read, I read a lot, you could say, reading is a daily habit for me because it enriches my mind. Reading is a daily habit for me because it enriches my mind. And then the next tip is embracing advanced grammar. Embrace advanced grammar. Use advanced grammatical structures such as the subjunctive mood, conditional sentences, and passive voice effectively. For example, instead of saying if it rains, I'll stay inside, use were it to rain, I would stay inside. Were it to rain, I would stay inside. The next one is learn to use rhetorical devices. Learn to use rhetorical devices. Examples of rhetorical devices are metaphor, simile, alliteration, anaphora, and so on. This will make your speech more persuasive and impactful. For example, we have the speech by the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Winston Churchill. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing ground, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets. Now, that message shows resilience and determination not to give up. It makes that speech more compelling and impactful. So, when you infuse rhetorical devices in your speeches, in your speech and writing, it really makes it impactful and compelling. All right, the next tip is read widely and analyze. Read widely and analyze. So, read literature essays from great speakers and writers. Also, listen to great public speakers and learn their speaking and writing styles. Analyze their language and practice incorporating similar techniques. So, for example, reading works by authors like William Shakespeare or even modern writers like Zadie Smith. Will expose you to different styles and vocabularies. So read wide and analyze the works of these great authors. All right, so let's move to the next one. Find your pronunciation. Practice correct pronunciation of advanced words, especially those tricky words. For example, we have words like hyperbole. Hyperbole is not hyperbole. We make mistakes most time and call it hyperbole. The right way, the right pronunciation is hyperbole. Hyperbole. We also have words like epitome. It's not epitome. Most people say epitome, but the correct pronunciation of that word is epitome. So be intentional about learning how to pronounce words correctly, especially advanced words. It will influence the way you speak and the way you write. So the next tip is use active voice over passive voice. Use active voice over passive voice. What do I mean by that? So whenever possible, use the active voice to make your writing more direct and vigorous. So for example, instead of saying the project was completed by the team, say the team completed the project. Okay? All right, let's move to the next tip. Choose your words to be both precise and concise. Avoid unnecessary words. So, for example, instead of saying he made a decision, you can say he decided. He made a decision to go to the store. He decided to go to the store. It's more precise and concise. So, you make your words more precise and concise. Avoid unnecessary words. All right, so let's move to the next tip. Are you excited? Hope so. All right, so the next tip is engage in thoughtful debates and discussions. Now, this is very powerful. When you join a community of people that have the same mind and the same goals, it will automatically rub off on you. And the best way to get better in anything is to be actively involved in it. Engage in discussions on various topics to practice articulating your thoughts persuasively and clearly. How do you do that? Join a debate club or online forum where you can practice discussing complex topics in English. Okay, so the next one. The next one is you can use a writing tool like Grammarly. Tools like Grammarly can help you refine your writing and make it clearer and more impactful. And then the final tip is watch and listen to advanced content. You can watch TED Talks, listen to podcasts, and also follow speakers who use advanced words effectively. Pay attention to how speakers structure their argument and use language to persuade and engage. By consistently applying these tips, you can elevate your English from plain to extraordinary, making your communication more powerful, persuasive, and impactful. I hope you learned something today. Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're yet to do so, and turn on the notification button so you don't miss a lesson, because every lesson is invaluable. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.